women using testosterone in their HRT. Let's go. In this video, I want to discuss female HRT with testosterone. Testosterone is often overlooked, especially here in the UK, because of a poor understanding of it, with statements like testosterone is a man's hormone and estrogen is a woman's hormone, which is incorrect. They are hormones for everyone. The thing we have to have correct is the levels, and that's the most important thing. They have the same roles. Yes, they do have a slightly different impact between males and females, but that's more so to do with the levels being very high of testosterone in males, very high of estrogen and progesterone in females. And this is what separates little boys into little girls. When they hit puberty, they split off, and that's what completely changes their bodies. And this is how we could also transition someone from male to female, female to male, when we shift the hormone balance significantly. But as long as we don't do that and we put it just to an optimal level for the correct gender we're trying to have, whether it be male or female, then that's what we're going to have. We're going to have that outcome. So what happens with people as they age is the hormones decline. The one we'd primarily look at for men is testosterone. The ones we'd primarily look at for women are estrogen and progesterone. However, for women, it's also really important to replace testosterone. So what would generally tend to happen is the hormones will drop off one by one. Women will report the same sorts of things when they hit perimenopause and then postmenopause. But to me, it makes no sense to force a woman to go through the hell that comes with going through menopause and then give hormone replacement. Why don't we just give hormone replacement before the hormones completely decline? Replace them, because we're going to do it anyway, and then you don't have to go through this up and down of hormone production. Women will often report brain fog, lack of energy, lack of drive, loss of muscle mass, loss of bone density. A hurt everywhere is a really common one. Everything hurts. Lack of motivation to do anything. Most people just want to lie in bed all day and just generally don't want to move. And then what makes it worse is that guys don't usually understand. Doctors don't usually understand. And women are going saying, I feel awful, help me. And doctors going, well, you're fine. Or it's part of life. It is. And that's a very fair point. It is a fair point to say that hormones naturally decline with age. However, when we can treat them, it's a treatable condition. Why are we ruining people's quality of life when it's a very easily treatable condition? What's generally happening is the hormones drop off. You get all these side effects. The big ones that we see, sleep impacted, usually comes from progesterone dropping. That aching everywhere and the brain fog usually comes from estrogen dropping. And generally, this is from my experience, when I've gone to bodybuilding shows, one thing I've done is taken a aromatase inhibitor. So that blocks the conversion from testosterone to estrogen, aromatization. Blocks that. So my estrogen can get crushed to zero. So I felt what it feels like for you ladies just to lose one of those three hormones. Awful. Absolutely awful. Everything hurt, no sex drive. I had no empathy. I lost all my love and my care, all my emotion that I normally carry. I lost that. I had to like my estrogen to sit above the reference range, sit high, because I feel my best. I feel loving and kind and caring. And you strip someone of that when they don't have estrogen. And I've seen women turn up with estrogen replacement and they're still on a way lower level than me. But if you look at a woman's reference range, it's massive for estrogen. It should be sat way above mine. I would be low for a woman, high for a guy. I feel that puts me in the best place, and it's actually beneficial for my health in many ways. Not just the ones we're feeling, like the brain fog, the empathy and emotion, the joint care, things like that. So I've felt what that feels like. That's why I've got a lot more empathy when it comes to this stuff, which most doctors won't, because female doctors, if they're not hit menopause yet, probably won't know what it feels like. So you're going in thinking, a female doctor's going to be more likely to help me, and she has no clue, and she does not have vested interest. It starts to impact her. Then all of a sudden, she'll change her mind and think, oh, do you know, all these patients have been coming in for years. I get it now. But I already get it now. I've dealt with enough women, I've supported enough women, and I've had these hormone fluctuations myself because I've messed with all my hormones. So I know what it feels like when they're up and down. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And it really frustrates me that people are going to a doctor and they're not able to get the help they deserve. That's why we're doing these videos. That's why we're trying to empower people with the knowledge. Get the hormone replacement you need to change your life and get that quality of life back, which you deserve. Especially in the modern world we live in, where women are much more successful. If you're a woman and you're hyper successful and then your hormones start to decline, which can happen as early as late 30s, by the way, at your prime of your career, maybe you've got a family to support and you're the primary breadwinner, which could be the case these days, and that all starts to decline, it could ruin your entire life. And it's a treatable problem, and it's not your fault. And that is not okay. So that's why we're here discussing it. And as you can tell, it's something I'm quite passionate about. It's something that really frustrates me. So where would we go from here? With my mum as a great example. First thing we did was, quite clearly, she was post-menopause, her hormones are at zero. They gave her HRT for a little bit years ago, and then they took her off it, and now got a vested interest. So I'm really digging into the research hard to figure out how I can help my mum get out of this problem. So the first thing we have to do is go and get a private blood test, including all the hormones that you would need. You then take that back to your doctor. Please, can you help me now? You have to stand firm, fight your corner, because you know how you feel. And you are going in with evidence that you are now of low hormone production, and then explaining why you need treatment, and that you want estrogen. I don't have any progesterone, sure. Estrogen and progesterone to fix it. They will probably prescribe those, but they won't prescribe testosterone. So I need testosterone as well. They will probably really disagree with that. But again, you stand firm and you get that prescription. because they can prescribe it. If they refuse, you say, I want to be referred to an endocrinologist, a hormone specialist, and you fight for that prescription because it could come in a gel. It may come in an injection. The reason they don't like prescribing injections to most people is because most people don't like to inject, which is quite fair. So just the standards that they got set up would likely be a cream. As a woman, because the testosterone level you need is so low, a cream would actually suffice quite easily. I always thought in the past that the creams and gels could rub off on another person. We actually used to think if a man used it could rub off on a woman, that would be really bad, because I didn't have the education to know how important testosterone was also for a woman. Now I know it's not an issue whatsoever, because we've used my mum as a great example so far. When we introduced testosterone, she felt significantly better. She noticed that she had an increase in how she felt with estrogen and progesterone, significantly better when I put the testosterone in. Because that then gave her the get up and go, the drive, the energy, the power, the ability to train. She's actually lost loads of weight, she feels fantastic, all this sort of stuff. Like now she feels her best self. That's what testosterone does to everyone. It makes you feel awesome, you feel powerful. You're going to kick ass and taking names. And that's what it does. So that's why I would say you want all those hormones in balance, in an optimal level, to feel your best self. And that could require some adjustment as well. Because with her, again, as an example, first of all, the estrogen to progesterone ratio was too high, which would see, if estrogen's high, we'd see a womb lining get thicker, which is what happens in your natural cycle being produced. Estrogen gets produced, womb lining gets thicker, progesterone comes in and breaks it all down. So you need those two to be in balance, and you might get a general spotting throughout the month, because there's now going to be a slight build-up and then a slight breakdown all the time. But that is normal. You may even see what looks like a period, but it's not, because obviously there's no egg being released at this point because you're post-menopause, which would be frustrating for you ladies, but you're going to feel awesome again. So it's a necessary evil. It's part of feeling awesome again. It's just the way your bodies work. Every woman I know that's gone on HRT has reported their brain fog's gone, their energy's come back, their mood has increased, sex drive's increased, their well-being's come back. Their body stopped hurting everywhere. They want to do stuff again. But they've noticed a big increase again when they've added the testosterone. Especially if you ladies that are hitting menopause a little bit earlier, which is unfortunate, it does happen. And especially if you're still training. Now we see people training well into the 60s, 70s, even 80s. You need these things to be able to function properly. Because if you're someone who loves to train, in whatever capacity, it doesn't have to be weight training, but whatever capacity you like to exercise, if your body starts to hurt everywhere and you lose muscle mass and you lose bone density, you can't do it properly. It's going to hurt and you're going to feel awful. So by putting these hormones back in the right place, we can bring that quality of life back. Trying to go through this process with a doctor, they may battle against you. I would advise just change doctor and just keep fighting it. Keep fighting it. But if it really comes to it, there are private clinics you could go to. If your quality of life is being severely impacted, which it will be, even if you don't realise just how bad you actually feel because it's a gentle decline, or you may be so comfortably numb at this point, you don't quite realise. Genuinely, it will change your life. I've seen it with every single woman that's contacted me so far. We've changed their life. And a lot of it's been just fighting the doctor, and I love that as well. So, ladies, hopefully this has helped give you some more information. You're not the only one that feels like crap. It's really normal, considering the situation you're in with low hormone. It's not going to get better. There is no way it gets better on its own. There's nothing you can take to make it feel better apart from replacing those hormones. And just be aware of that. No, you're not going to get thrombosis. No, you're not going to get breast cancer, unless that was going to happen anyway. You're not going to suddenly go from someone who doesn't have any of those risks to having them because you put the hormones in. You have to make sure your health status is in a good place. Otherwise, you are going to have health complications, but that's because your health status is in a bad place. Not most likely introducing hormones will see your health status increase, because now you're going to be exercising, feeling good, eating better, and more motivated to do things. See the same with men. So hopefully this will give you a bit more clarity and help empower you to actually really take control of your life and your health again, because no one else is going to do that for you. The doctor has no vested interest in helping you. You need to help you, because only you know how you feel. The family around you do not know how you feel, and especially if they're males, they have very little empathy because they don't understand, which we can get. I get why men don't understand, they don't feel it. But coming from someone who has messed with the hormones quite a lot and has done a lot of experiments as well, honestly, I get how you feel, and you deserve to have that treated. So if you need any help whatsoever, please do reach out to me. We're going to do this together. I am so hell-bent on helping people change their life and get that quality of life back that they deserve. We all deserve to live a high quality life with success and happiness. So any help, please let me know. But for now, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.